Giving our intuition and our creative desires room to breathe and grow is not just a matter of not having enough time or feeling too busy. Often, what's actually at the root of our resistance to living our most inspired and intuitive lives is our deep, unconscious resistance to being present with space itself. And if you've ever laid down to rest and you spent the entire time thinking about your to-do list or feeling guilty about taking the downtime, you know exactly what I mean. And here's why. It's very, very natural to have a desire to feel purposeful and responsible. But many of us were raised to see space and having too much space as a sign of laziness, i.e. wrong or bad. So allowing ourselves space for rest or just to connect with ourselves and to create can trigger that sense of not being productive and being bad or in the wrong. And so our survival brain connects spaciousness and presence with potential rejection from the tribe, which triggers this deep fear of death.
I don't think we know how saturated we are until you take the saturation away. Like, it's also autopilot, you know what I mean? And you just keep on going and going and going and going.
So for those of you who are new to me, my name's Chrissy Marie, and over the last 6 years, I've been supporting high achievers and creatives and wellness practitioners in deepening their sense of feeling grounded in their bodies, taking themselves way less seriously, and also optimizing their work and their social life by deepening their personal relationship with the energy of play, natural self-expression, and of spaciousness. And the art and science of aliveness has always been something that's fascinated me. In my early 20s, I stepped into the field of clinical social work and behavior therapy. And then for most of my 20s, I became what I cheekily refer to myself as a personal development fanatic. I created this mini course called Spacious because I'm very familiar with having this chronic sense of feeling like I'm constantly falling behind, feeling like I don't know enough, that I'm not doing enough, that I'm missing out on something. And so as a response, stacking on another certification program or adding 5 more books to the growing list of books that I have to read, basically just putting more on an already full plate in the spirit of things I should be doing in order to be a better person.
I've taken so many self-development courses that are just like a fire hose of like, do this, do that, like, bah! And this is like, it's so gentle, very practical, very simple, very just like little tweaks that eventually add up to like this giant exhale you can finally take.
My real issue was that in an attempt to grow and be seen as good, I was neglecting the pace of my true nature, which, just like nature itself, needs periods of rest and space to recalibrate and to restore its creative energy. And I also really struggled to be present with my sticky emotions in a way that felt safe and effective. So I would fill my schedule with things that on paper looked growth-oriented, but I was always trying to feel better instead of feel fully. And so there was always parts of me that were feeling neglected.
I just noticed myself calmer in my quiet moments, and I feel like I've had my inside pulling and being more desperate to get in touch with me, and for me to listen to myself in those quiet moments, just peace with that and like relaxing into everything. That's what it's helping me do.
One of the most common things that I hear from my clients is, wow, I feel so much lighter. I feel like I have so much more room to breathe. And so I felt called to compile the most liberating messages and exercises that have been the most supportive for myself and my clients through the years, and also to make it super simple and accessible for anybody who's craving a bit more space in their life.
I've been someone who's kind of regularly dealt with bouts of depression and anxiety, and for the first time in my like adult life with two kids and crazy everywhere, I really feel in the driver's seat of life.
In this course, you're guided through very simple and customizable exercises that give you the tools to teach your nervous system to feel safe and on purpose with a more spacious life, to use your body and breath in a way that creates space anywhere, anytime, to use the forgotten wisdom of play to turn inner clutter into clarity and take yourself less seriously, to clear brain fog through energy medicine techniques, express your boundaries confidently, and ask only the most powerful questions to discern if something should remain in your life.
I like that you make it to where you create space, like in your own context, in your own circumstances. It's not like another thing to add to the to-do list. It's something that you can implement in your exact current situation.
Felt very intimate. The person doing the exercise with you and showing more of like how it looks and giving you permission to kind of just get into it, move around, be silly and things. It's awesome, and it hasn't been in the other courses that I've taken.
Are you really busy? Many of the space creation exercises can be done doing things you're already doing, like parenting, working, driving, cooking, and just moving about your day-to-day tasks.
The implementation of putting more space in my day has made more of a change in my life than anything else I've attempted, personal development wise. And I think because I was attempting to add more routines and more like different things onto a plate that didn't have the space for it already. So like this is like your ground zero framework for adding anything else.
Living a life where your brain can rest and your true nature has room to breathe really is the foundation of sustainable growth, and it really doesn't have to involve feeling the pressure to do more or be better.
If you feel called to this gentle journey of rising above your inner and outer clutter into deeper clarity, inspiration, and peace, click the link below now or go straight to www.theartofaliveness.com/courses to get access to the magic. Your true nature awaits.